Last 8 games, 7-0 in the ACC with him at the helm.
It was the BYU game in which he came in and played well, and that started the streak with the start the very next week.
Just the second meeting between the two programs. First one back in 1957. SMU won it 13-7 in Berkeley. And I'll tell you what, one of the reasons why the Ponies are so potent, Kevin Jennings at quarterback, Brashard Smith at running back.
It's the return of the Pony Express. Of course there's speed out here, and Brashard Smith is outstanding. He is a dynamo, a wide receiver turned running back, and don't be fooled by that. He can run with some power inside, and he definitely has speed to the edge. And at the quarterback spot, Jennings, he is a quarterback, but he can run the ball. No question about it.
Roderick Daniels in motion. Jennings will throw it on first down. And that is complete to Daniels for a first down. And when you talk about Jennings, this is a kid who's a redshirt sophomore. Again, he has started the last 8 games. They've gone 7-0. Threw for a career high last week as he hands it off to Smith against Virginia. Had a couple of touchdowns. Also had a rushing touchdown as well.
Yeah, they want to go tempo. Jennings was not a highly recruited guy coming out of high school. He had one Power 5 offer, SMU. But Rhett Lashley, the head coach, loved him. Recruited him, wanted him, saw a lot in him, and he has taken over for Preston Stone.
And you see, he's a local kid. Went to South Oak Cliff here. In fact, led them to a championship and took a big hit there at the 40. How big was that? Well, when he led SOC to a high school championship in his senior year, it was the first time a Dallas Independent School District school had won a state championship in over 60 years.
So you're saying at the high school reunions, he's the man.
He's the man.
He is the man.
He's looking at 3rd and 6 right now from their own 40. He's got plenty of time. Throws it up and throws it away. And it's Cal.
Well, a lot's going to be on the shoulders of this Cal defense today because of the situation with the offense not having Mendoza in there. This is blitz pickup. If you are going to pick up the blitz and get the ball out, you got to get in and help your quarterback out. And Brashard Smith shows you he's more than just a guy who will run with the ball. He'll protect the quarterback.
Isaac Pearson will be the guy punting it away for SMU, and standing back at his own 15 is Mikey Matthews. Matthews caught it and dropped right at the 12. You talked about that defense of Cal. Only gives up 20 points per game. That's best in the ACC. Well, we talked about him at the top. Chandler Rogers will get the start here. This is a redshirt senior from North Texas, 6-year guy, and he's been around. This is basically his 5th school, but he has started 19 games in his collegiate season. Hey, last year for North Texas, he threw for 3,300 yards. Had about 29 touchdowns in his career there at North Texas. More athletic, more of a runner than Mendoza. And he did some good work for North Texas last season. And that one he throws out of bounds.
Yeah, he could not beat out Mendoza in camp. And there you see number 15 Mendoza on the sideline. And as I said earlier, we saw him on the sideline, and he's sick. There's no question about it. He told us he maybe is 50% or so, but he had flu symptoms that started yesterday.
He was the ACC, talking about Mendoza, quarterback of the week. Yeah. Last week for his performance against Stanford. And listen, the drive he made, 90 yards. Yep. Game-winning drive there in the 4th quarter with just a couple minutes left. Epic for them. Here's 2nd and 10. On the outside is Mikey Matthews, and brought down around the 15.
Your point about that 98-yard drive is huge, because that was a big emotional win last week for Cal, retaining the act. They had their 2014 there with Aaron Rodgers and Marshawn Lynch, Deshaun Jackson. There's Justin Wilcox, the head coach. And it was big emotional, and they had the 98-yard drive, and they were all excited and rolling into this week. And you get here and you lose your quarterback the day before the game.
Coach Wilcox in his 8th season in Berkeley. Here's third down. Receiver screen. Isaiah Hunter. And he's dropped for maybe a 3-yard gain.
Yeah.
And Cal will punt that thing away.
Yeah, this is going to be the challenge for Cal offensively all night. They are facing, in my opinion, the best defensive front in the ACC. They have 8, 9 guys that they rotate on that defensive line. They bring pressure from the edge. They got 2 big guys in the middle. You cannot move them. So it's going to be a challenge for Cal to run the ball and to protect the quarterback most of the day.
Lachlan Wilson will be the guy punting it away from his own 5. He's out of Australia. And Roderick Daniels, he is a dangerous return man from his own 35. He's a senior as well. Breaks the tackle, and he's close to midfield. Well, both teams have had the... Rashard Smith in the backfield. He gets the call. Over that right side, maybe a yard. And Smith is a guy, of course, one of the semifinalists for that Doak Walker Award, which is given out right here in Dallas.
Yeah, top running back in the country. There are some worthy candidates. He is certainly one of them. It'll be interesting to see who wins that thing.
To the air. And that's a strike to Daniels.
Yeah, just the deep over route by Daniels coming from the left side of the field to the right side. And Jennings had him in mind from the start. And now they go fast. The tempo is what they want.
18-yard pickup here. Smith now. Patient. Dives to the 30. That's a 4-yard pickup for SMU.
Run that counter. They have an offensive line that has been outstanding. 5 transfers have been brought in, 6 or 7 over the last couple years, and it's a really big and athletic front.
Jennings is going to keep it, and he's forced out of bounds. David Reese is the guy.
I was fascinated when Cal defensive coordinator Peter Sermon said that this offense reminds him of Chip Kelly when he was at Oregon. The tempo and trying to run the inside zone, get people out of position where you don't have time as a defensive player to do the 3 things you want. You want assignment, you want to align, and you want to assess the formation. But when tempo is in play, you don't get to do that.
Yeah.
And that's how you get mistakes.
You see Sermon there. He told us the key for them is making sure his defense is lined up to counter that tempo and to stop Smith. Throwing to the outside. He's looking for Smith. He makes the catch inside the 5.
How did he grab that?
32-yard pickup, and again, here comes that tempo. First and goal from the 2. Smith again, and brought down at the 1 as he kept his balance and stumbles forward. Craig Woodson is the guy who tripped up his feet.
Wow, what a setup. Smith making that catch. And your threat for here defensively, Cal, is you have to be aware of the quarterback run game. It's not just Smith in the backfield. It is the threat of Jennings in the quarterback run game.
7th play of this drive, and we got someone who jumped on that left side of the offensive line for SMU.
False start. Offense number 54, 5-yard penalty. It's still 2nd down.
Tim Hedgepeth is our referee, and Savion Byrd is the left tackle who jumped.
Yeah, you see that just on the left side, just right there. Only takes a little movement. This changes your play selection down here. 2nd and goal from the 6 instead of being at the 1. We now have the extra tight end, fullback in for SMU, 44-stone Evie.
Empty set for Jennings. And
again,
a false start.
Wow.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 75, 5-yard penalty. It's still 2nd down.
Talk about self-destructing and making it harder on yourself.
And it's a left guard there, Ben Sparks.
Sparks is right there, 75. So the left side.
Coach Lashley is looking like, what is going on? This is his 3rd season here. Just last week, he agreed to a contract extension. Now keep him here on the hilltop until 2030. Here's Jennings looking, flush, spins out, throws to the end zone, and caught. Touchdown, Matthew Hibner, the tight end. It is those splash plays is how he won the job.
Doesn't that make you think of Cam Ward a little bit at Miami? I mean, that ability to not only get outside the pocket, spin out, but to remain calm and to deliver the big play.
Here's Isaac Pearson with the extra point. It's good, and it's 7-0. SMU, keep in mind, the Ponies 8-0 this season when they score first.
Yeah, well, they scored first because of Smith coming up with this big catch, setting them up inside, and 2 false start penalties. Jennings said, I do not care, because you know what? I got a guy who can make a play. SMU just didn't take them to court. They should have.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, you got it right. SMU, yeah. They set the tone for what we got going on now.
You know, they weren't wrong.
Not only when it was in the AAC, now in the ACC. And here's Cal and Rogers. He's going to hand that one off. Jaden Ott getting his first carry and no gain.
Yeah, that defensive line is a problem. You saw Jaden Ott, who was one of the top running backs last season and has struggled this year with an ankle injury, trying to negotiate that front. But if you're going to run on that front, you got to move those big guys inside. Booker, number 10, Jefferson, 94. That's 600+ pounds of men. You got to move out of there if you're running inside.
Here's Rogers. He escapes, throws, and that's incomplete.
Yeah. Well, back to SMU for a moment. What Rhett Lashley has done here, this rebuild, has been amazing. And we were here last year when SMU got admitted to the ACC, and he said, I'm building it the right way. They raised within 1 week, $100 million to get them set up for this season. 30 donors provided that. And they went out and they got defensive linemen, they got offensive linemen, they got more defensive linemen, they got more offensive linemen. They went for beef, and it has paid off for them.
Coach Lashley put up 11 wins last season, on his way again this season. As Rogers keeps it, runs out of bounds. Kobe Wilson's the guy who forced him out of bounds, the team leader in tackles, and once again 3 and out for Cal.
Yeah, and if you think about this defense and what they've built here, Lashley spent a lot of time at Auburn. He was on that championship team there, and when they started looking for transfers, 48 the last 2 years, he prioritized big men, mean big men, who can block, can tackle, and can run, and he got them.
Lachlan Wilson again punting things away. Daniels standing. Oh, that one was almost blocked. Short kick and rolls. And it looks like we got a flag there on the field as well. The model Moses was trying to come in there and get a block. It was just a 25-yard punt.
Yeah.
But let's see what the call.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 1, 10-yard penalty, first down, SMU, timeout.
How close was this one? That close to being blocked. SMU football when we come back, 7-0 our score. L.J. Johnson, the new running back in the backfield from the Mustangs, and he gets the call over the right side. And he's a pickup of 3.
It's a big series for the Cal defense. The pressure, right or not, is on them to keep the game close. because the offense is going to have to take some time to get going with the new quarterback in. And they're capable. This defense can shut you down. But right now, you cannot afford to let your team get down 2 scores in a game like this.
Derek McFall has now checked into the backfield. They swing it out to McFall. He's the freshman. Breaks a tackle down the sideline and falls out of bounds in Cal Bear territory.
Speed kills. And McFall has it. He runs right through 3 potential tackles. He doesn't fool around, no reason to juke. He just runs by guys. And this team is loaded with speed.
18-yard pickup. Play fake. Jennings to keep it right up the middle. And driven back.
The challenge for Cal is to keep the running game inside, not let SMU get to the perimeter, and also to keep the quarterback Jennings in the pocket. Make him win from the pocket. He is outstanding throwing on the move. He's outstanding running outside. But this is what, his 8th, 9th start? Winning from the pocket is the last thing that comes along for young quarterbacks. So keep him in the pocket, make him see the field.
Rashard Smith is back in the backfield. Play fake to him. He'll roll, throw, and that is caught. Roderick Daniels again at the 19. Looks like we got a flag on the field as well. 16-yard pickup for SMU. But I think it's going to come back.
Offense, number 51, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
They are spreading it around that offensive line with the penalties. We've gone left tackle, left guard, right guard, all with false start penalties.
Already the 4th for SMU. So that's been their biggest opponent right now, beating themselves with the penalties. Jennings again, quickly to the outside. Jordan Hudson. Hudson inside the 20 and forced out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, that's a free access throw. When you lay that far off of a receiver, the quick game, the quarterback takes 1 step and throws it to him because you're so far off. Smart decision by Jennings to see it and take it.
26-yard pickup. Again through the air and too high.
That is that run pass option where the offensive line is blocking a run play. Quarterback decides whether he wants to hand it to the running back. He's reading either the linebacker or the strong safety to that side, and if he comes up, he throws the ball behind him. He threw that one way over everybody's head.
Coach Lashley, and he works in combination with Casey Woods, their offensive coordinator. Both of those guys, when it comes to calling plays. Jennings, by the way, 6 of 8 for 116 yards through the air, 1 touchdown. You look left, he's going to keep it. Jennings brought down at the 5. And it is Hunter Barth who makes the stop.
Yeah.
Who started the last 4 games for Cal there at linebacker.
A quarterback you cannot blitz. And he sees the blitz and gets out of it. And so now you're rethinking, what is the benefit to risk when you blitz him? Because he just took that ball and ran out of the pocket.
1st and goal for the Ponies. It's Smith. Smith powering forward. Smith dives in. Touchdown, SMU.
Didn't you tell me Smith was a wide receiver?
You know what? He started and played basically his entire career at wide receiver, converted him to running back this year.
And they're giving him the ball on the goal line.
Isn't that something?
He's more than just speed. He's got some toughness. He will lower that shoulder and run over you.
2nd red zone touchdown here for SMU. Colin Rogers in for the extra point.
Smith is one of a number of Miami transfers that have found their way here to Dallas.
Seven plays, 62 yards. 3 minutes is what SMU did to score that touchdown. No third downs at all in this drive.
And look, you get a push by the offensive line, a great double team up front by the right guard Osborne and the center Clark, and then the power of Smith, who's only 195 pounds, but the leg drive, the lowering the shoulder, that is something.
Down to the field, here's Lauren Sisler.
Hey, Rod, you talk about Rashard Smith being from Miami. Well, the coaching staff says no doubt about it. He's got that South Florida chill about him. Lashley said he wanted Rashard here, but there wasn't a receiver spot for him. He played receiver since Pee Wee football after watching Chiefs running back Isaiah Pacheco, though. The coaching staff recognized a similar running style from him, so let's bring him in as a running back, see how it goes, a slasher, see if he can do it all. And he's really been a nightmare for the defenses after spring practice. The defense affirmed that going up against him, saying, this guy is different.
Touchback. Hey, coming up tonight on ABC at 7:30. Boy, we are going to cap the night. All you got to do is go about 2 hours and 40 minutes south here of Dallas. You hit College Station, and you got Texas and A&M going at it tonight. One heck of a game. That winner will head to the SEC championship game against Georgia.
Texas is having a big year in college football. You think about A&M, the Longhorns, SMU.
Rodgers is going to keep it. Rodgers has got a big gain. Rodgers across midfield for the Bears. As we take a look at this week's
Boise State and Notre Dame in one Big 12 team.
Rodgers drilled in the backfield. And Amon Moses, the first guy to hit him.
Talk about seeing it, feeling it, and flying in. Moses, 5'10", 200 pounds with a great form tackle. Coming off the edge there. And Cal trying to find something offensively. And you know that the SMU approach is, we want to see if your quarterback can beat us himself with his arm.
Loss of 4. They'll go to jet sweep as Jonathan Brady. Brady a pickup about 6. They'll be looking at 3rd and long.
And this is where SMU gets you. This is when they bring in their best pass rushers. Cam Robinson, number 15, just came on the field. Now they have their 4 racehorses in as pass rushers. And they want to create a one-on-one blocking situation because they know you can't beat them all. You can't block them all if you get that.
Cal is 0 for 2 on 3rd down thus far. 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. And that play is blown up by Elijah Roberts, the team captain, and he is the guy who is their best player up front, lead about 2nd in the nation when it comes to QB pressure.
You see the quickness and the athleticism to get back there. He had a breakout year last season with a lot of sacks. He had 10 sacks. Not as many this year because everyone is paying attention to him, doubling him, but his teammates are getting sacks because of his play.
Wilson back again to punt. Daniels back deep for SMU inside his own 10. Calls for the fair catch. And it goes out of bounds at the 13.
As long as it's not a blowout, I think they get it at large spot in that game.
Clemson at 12 right now just took a loss. Oh, look at the speed here. Talk about the pony. Showing that speed, Rashard Smith. Craig Woodson is the guy who tripped him up, but not before a 24-yard jaunt by Smith.
Yeah. The offensive line, 8, 10 yards downfield throwing blocks and right back to tempo.
Jennings right back to Smith. And that's another first down for SMU.
Is Jennings starting to put on a little clinic here?
11-yard pickup. He's doing it, not only running the football, catching it as well.
That's a beautiful throw from the far hash to the sideline, showing off his arm strength. He's showing you that. He's showing you his ability to recognize the blitz, his ability to throw on the move. and he's taken off in the quarterback run game.
All of his completions have been 10 yards or more. O.J. Johnson is checked into the backfield. Jennings under pressure, throwing, and let's see if that's intercepted. Did he stay in bounds? No, they say out of bounds.
And, you know, Jennings has supreme confidence, and he will throw the ball because he believes in his arm. He learned a valuable lesson when they played Duke. 6 turnovers in that game, 4 for him. And he has a tendency when he's rolling to his right to believe in his arm so much he will throw back across his body. He'll learn more and more over time. But in that Duke game, he threw 3 picks and fumbled the ball once.
Well, listen, they're going to take another look at that. Craig Woodson is the guy who made the interception. They'll take a look, and that is what Cal loves to do, is pick off footballs.
This is a great effort by Woodson.
Second in the nation in interceptions.
Yeah, the question is whether he has control of the ball
When his foot was in.
Yeah.
Yep. 17 picks on the season is what Cal has, second in the nation. Now, they haven't forced a takeaway in 2 games, so they need one. They're due.
And they need it with the state of their offense tonight. But I think you're right. It looks like he gained control after his foot came off the ground. And, you know, this is a big game for Woodson. He is playing back home.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. It's second down.
Woodson and his running mate Miles Williams, 2 safeties, are from this area. They've spent 6 years at Cal. They get a chance to play in front of friends and family today.
So call it second and 10.
You don't see 6 years at the same school very often anymore.
From their own 47. Over the middle. Hibner again. Upended.
Oh, what a great read. That's the run pass option. Jennings looking right over the middle. Fake that run. Where's my tight end? Right behind the linebackers. You saw number 10, Teddy Buchanan, come up for the run. Huge hole right behind him.
Hibner's a guy who replaced R.J. Maryland, their main tight end, who went down with a knee injury, and he's just as potent. He's got a touchdown catch already. It's Mustangs on top of Cal here in the first quarter.
I think we got a break on the ball, but we got to get them down at first contact. There's way too many guys chasing right now.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Well, we played one here in Dallas. SMU up 14-0. Brashard Smith is driven back. So far, the Mustangs have had it almost twice the amount of time that Cal's had it. Total yards, 202 for SMU, just 35 for Cal. And really the average play there, Mustangs averaging about 9 yards every play. Cal, 3. Hibner to the outside. He powers his way forward. And he's close to that line of game for a first down.
I know Justin Wilcox says everybody's got to do their part, but the burden is really on the Cal defense, because remember, Cal is without their quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, the ACC quarterback of the week last week. So the offense is going to have a tough time today. The defense has to get stops and keep the game close.
Second in the ACC when it comes to scoring. Oh, there's a quick bet by Smith.
Oh.
And brought down at the 12.
You see, he paused. He's like, excuse you?
Yes, he did.
Just go on right by me there. I'm not going there. I will let you go by because I got business to do. This man, Brashard Smith, over 1,000 yards rushing already this season.
He gets the call again. Another cutback, this time to the middle. 4-yard pickup.
For a guy who did not play running back until this season, he looks like a natural.
Listen, this kid hadn't played running back since Pop Warner.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you're talking about a guy who sees the hole. He has great vision. He runs with toughness inside. He runs with quickness, change of direction, so linebackers can't get a real good shot at him. I mean, he's looking like the real deal.
Derek McFall is checked into the backfield again, the freshman. And he gets it. McFall got 1 man to beat. Touchdown, SMU. Second touchdown on the season for the freshman. And he takes that one in from 9 yards out, making the people from Tyler, Texas proud.
What did we say about speed? We said it first, and Justin Wilcox said it. Speed kills. SMU has a whole lot of it, and Cal cannot make tackles in open space against this speed.
The extra point is good. Once again, a long series. 9 plays, 88 yards, 3 minutes, 23 seconds. Rashard Smith brought it there, and then the freshman with that speed took it home.
The Pony Express is back, baby.
It's back, and they're rolling right now. They're up 21-0, and we're just in the second quarter. Bell Live, my student section of the year. You can download the app to learn more.
Did you see that Michigan jersey?
I don't know what that person's doing here for besides trolling me.
Listen, that Michigan-Ohio State game?
The 50s, I think the Buckeyes had lost at home to an unranked.
The Buckeye Nation is not happy.
No, not at all. Neither is the folks in Berkeley. And what has happened here thus far. Rogers throwing on the run, and that one almost intercepted by Jonathan McGill.
Jonathan McGill.
Broke on that one quickly.
Yeah. He is a guy who graduated from Stanford a couple years ago, was a captain on the Stanford team, played against Cal in the big game 4 years, and came home to SMU to play in front of friends and family, and he is their leader in the backfield.
So far, Rogers 1 for 4 for just 3 yards passing. And you know, listen, certainly not making excuses, but this is a guy who has got no reps at all, and all of a sudden just finds out, you know, at night you're playing.
That's a great point.
And he'll throw this one a little high and incomplete. Look in the direction of Isaiah Hunter.
To your point, he did not get to take first team reps during the week. They went to walkthrough yesterday, and that was the first opportunity when it became clear that Mendoza might not go. So he is really knocking off the rust. And remember, you think about his season, he had thrown, what, 10 passes coming into this game. So tough situation to ask Rogers to step up and carry the load as you see Mendoza on the sideline, but that's the charge.
3rd and 10 here for Cal. Second on the play clock, and there's the penalty. Didn't notice it. Did not notice it at all.
Charge timeout.
Oh, they'll get the timeout before.
They're first at the half.
And they'll pick up the flag.
Timeout on the field.
And we'll take a timeout right with them. We're in the second quarter. It's 21-0 SMU.
He had, because that helmet needed to get on a truck and shipped here to Dallas on Monday. He said, we can't let this helmet go. They can't replace them because they're custom. But he said, look, that was a suplex, old-fashioned suplex that was from his wrestling days. So.
Well, guys jumping off sides there, and that's complete to Tobias Merriweather. And look, the way the defense has been playing right now, they could use more Trivers.
Defense, number 15. The penalty is declined. The play results in a first down.
That's a 37-yard pickup. Let me tell you something. That pickup is more than they've had all afternoon, because they only had 35 total yards of offense coming into that play.
That was Robertson jumping off sides, and that throw and catch might be the thing to get Chandler Rogers going. It was a well-thrown ball up where his guy could get it.
Here comes the blitz. They hand it off to Jaden Ott. Ott breaks tackles. Oh, and takes a licking. Woo-wee! Brandon Crossley coming in and laying the wood.
And it's been that kind of season for Jaden Ott. You watch the end of this play when he takes his hit. Not real decisive out of the backfield, and then a shot, a real big shot by the cornerback Crossley.
Second and 7. Out again, up the middle. That's a first down and a lot more. He's brought down at the 18.
It's the healthiest he's been all season. Had that high ankle sprain in week 1. coming off a season in which he was first team all Pac-12 with 1,300 yards rushing and has not been
After the
close
play,
this year.
personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 2. The penalty is enforced half the distance to the goal. Automatic, first down.
That's on Jonathan McGill, one of the team captains. So you add 15 to that run there, and all of a sudden now the Bears are in business.
This is a great response to that third TD by SMU. This is a team showing you that they are not letting go of the rope.
First red zone trip here for Cal. And first and goal from the 9. Rogers will keep it. Shakes a pony. And brought down at the 6.
Is it just me? Or did you see a little bit more energy and pep out of Cal this drive?
Definitely. Let's see what this call is for.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. The penalty is enforced half the distance to the goal. Automatic, first down.
And now it's SMU with a lot of penalties. Right there, you see the grab of the face mask by Kobe Wilson.
Yeah. And SMU has had issues with penalties all day.
6 of them for 37 yards. First and goal. Rogers, design run, and that thing is blown up. Cale Sanders came around and grabbed him.
Yeah, it took too long. He didn't make the decision quickly enough. That was sort of a speed option coming into play, or he was going to get the ball out to the right side. But you have to assume you will get pressure down here in this area of the field. And that's just the quarterback who hasn't been on the field a lot. Wasn't expecting it.
And I remember when we had our conversation with Cal's offensive coordinator, Mike Blesh, he said, we've got to score touchdowns when we get into the red zone against SMU. You cannot win with field goals.
Well, look how they mug up on the line. Which guys are rushing? Hard to tell.
Coach Wilcox is upset. He came flying in, running in to call that timeout. Second timeout call by Cal. They've got one more left. We'll take a break. 21-0 our score here in the second quarter.
Who can run? The quarterback run game is an option down here.
Rogers going to throw under pressure and sack. Elijah Roberts. I told you he was second in the nation when it comes to quarterback pressure. That's a loss of 10.
Yeah, and if there's one guy you have to be aware of and where he is at all times, it is that man, Roberts. Now, he lined up outside very wide, a 9 technique way outside, so it was going to be really tough for an offensive tackle or tight end to get hands on him.
First sack of the game.
You cannot really do a drop back pass game against this front.
Third and goal now.
Which one is coming? Who's jumping out?
They'll swing it out and incomplete. You're trying to get it to Mikey Matthews. And just when you had first and goal inside the 5, just like this.
Yeah. And all it takes is one negative play, and it is the sack. And we talked about that matchup with this defensive line. It's big, strong, and fast. They bring guys off the edge, and that really hurt Cal.
Derek Morrison for the field goal attempt. This will be from 33 yards out. 10 of 12 on the season. Slap is low, but the kick is no good. Let's see what we got here. Flag. Delay a game.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. It's still 4th down.
It's turned into a disaster.
Yeah.
Once Cal got inside the 10-yard line, what a disaster. First penalty of the game here for Cal. So now from 38. Off that right hash. And it's
no good. Wow. Wow. No, Cal hasn't had a game like this all season. They have been in a dogfight in every game. They've shown up. The only game that wasn't a dogfight was their easy win over Oregon State. But they're in a tough spot, a real tough spot right now. That is outside that goalpost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you look at their losses. 5 of those losses, 1 score.
Yeah.
3 of them at one point by a total of 9 points.
Crazy.
He'll swing this one out. And upended is Roderick Daniels.
And there is one of the best corners in America, Noah Williams. He should be first team all ACC, probably all American. He has 7 picks on the season, and he is more than just a guy who steals the ball. He was great last week against Stanford. 8 tackles and a forced fumble.
As you pointed out, leads the nation in picks with 7.
He can put his numbers up against anybody in the country.
9 minutes until the half. Jennings. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, great coverage. Again, Williams. That's the wrong side to pick on. And he can be locked down over there, whether he's playing zone coverage or man coverage. He's really, really good.
L.J. Johnson will come back in the backfield. Shard Smith, take a breather. Jennings rolling, throwing, and that's complete. Johnson. It's about a 6-yard pickup.
That's a good stop for the Cal defense. Starting to get a little bit more comfortable with the speed of the game, the speed that SMU has.
First 3 and out for SMU. Mikey Matthews standing at his own 36. And that's a shank of a punt. But takes an SMU bounce and roll. And they'll down it at the 41, 37-yard punt.
Get 50% off your first year of Target Circle 360 membership with unlimited same-day delivery.
Here comes Chandler Rogers once again in this Cal offense.
They got to get something going. Build on what they had last drive when they got the ball to Jaden Ott. He ran well inside. Had a big throw down the field, Meriwether, and there's your star quarterback.
It's the best start Cal's had in this game. Keep in mind, Fernando Mendoza, their starting QB, is out sick. So Chandler Rogers getting the start. He's a transfer from North Texas, so very familiar. This is home for him. He's from Mansfield, Texas, which is basically north here of Dallas.
Started his career at Southern Miss, right? Then went to Blinn College and over to Monroe. Finished up at North Texas State before transferring to Cal.
About 20 family members here. And 2nd and 6. Rolling. Rolls out, and he'll keep it. And chased out of bounds at the 45. And a penalty here. Let's find out from Tim Hedgepeth what we got.
Holding. Defense number 22. 10-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Down to the field. Here's Lauren.
Yeah, guys, you said it earlier. Mendoza certainly does not look good down here. He's been drinking a lot of liquids, and still very involved, still very much a part of this football team. He's been on the bench, has a notebook in his hand, breaking down plays. Of course, having the tablets this season, I think, has been helpful as well. He's been inside that tablet and coaching up Rodgers throughout this entire football game.
You think he should have a mask on? He's got the flu, whatever. Don't want to get your other quarterback sick, right?
Keep it on the ground to Ott.
It's going to be an interesting offseason for Jaden Ott. Before the season began, he said this would be his last year at Cal. He would head to the NFL draft. And because of the season he's had, the injuries, that's unclear. His draft stock has fallen. So he may return to Cal. He might declare for the draft, or he might be one of those guys who see what value he has in the transfer portal.
7th on Cal's all-time list with 24 TDs. Here's another flag. Laundry just all over the field here lately.
Illegal motion, offense number 13, 5-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
It looks like Isaiah Hunter, one of the receivers. So that pushes them back 5.
7 penalties. SMU 2 for Cal.
Reverse. And coming around is Jonathan Brady and run out of bounds.
That is all Cameron Robertson, number 15. And the big defensive end stayed home. 6'4", 250. He said, you know what my job is? My job is to contain, and I will contain. I'm staying outside, and nope, 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 nope. Wait for my buddies to help me. That's a really, really well-played edge there.
And the result, 4-yard loss. So now 3rd and 14.
Charge timeout. SMU, their first of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
We'll kick off your Week 13 NFL Sunday with the Countdown Crew. Of course, they'll break down the big matchup between Saquon Barkley and the Eagles, Derrick Henry and the Ravens, plus how Matthew McConaughey has helped Falcons running back Bijan Robinson fulfill his acting dream. Got top plays in the backyard turkey bowls and Sunday NFL Countdown, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN and the app.
I thought McConaughey was all Texas Longhorns.
Joe Buck, Troy Aikman being the Mile High City Week 13 Monday night matchup. And you see Jameis Winston, the Browns, take on Bo Nix.
That'll be a good one.
The Broncos.
Bo Nix is having a great year as a rookie quarterback, yeah.
Rodgers to the outside. That's complete. Flag. Someone jumped on that left side of the SMU line.
I think you're right.
Offside, defense, 5-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
Right smack dab in the middle, Ahmad Walker, the linebacker. You know, 21-0 lead for SMU, but on the sloppy side.
Yeah. Especially with 8 penalties.
Now, this is where you've got to protect the young quarterback. You're going to get pressure.
3rd and 9. They'll swing it out. The Ott, incomplete.
I understand the call. Now, you're going to get heat, and you don't want to have your quarterback get strip sacked or something like that and really get the game way out of control. And so you go with the screen ball, but the speed disrupted everything for that play.
Lachlan Wilson back again. Daniels calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 15. Let's get a studio update. Here's my man, Kevin Connors. Okay, KC, thank you, man. Derek McFall, the freshman, will come back in at running back for SMU. 5 minutes left here until the half. Keep in mind, SMU got the football first, so Cal will start the second half with the ball. And here's McFall. Spins and brought down close to the 20-yard line.
Cal needs its defense to do something to help the offense. You need to take away. You need something to create a really short field to change momentum and make it easy for the offense to score. And this defense is capable of taking the ball away, as you mentioned earlier.
Rashard Smith has come in. You talk about the Cal defense. Second in the nation with 17 interceptions. And Jennings will throw it to the tight end Hibner. He's brought down.
Another smart decision by Jennings. Initially, he looked down the field and he saw his receiver had fallen, and so he didn't try and force it. He came off to his tight end to preserve a third down they have a shot at making.
Here's 3rd and 7. 1 for 3 on 3rd down is SMU. Plenty of time. Reverses field, throws, and throws it away.
That is perfect defense for Cal. Keep Jennings in the pocket. Don't let him throw on the move. And they kept him in the pocket. And you see, you can speed him up in the pocket and make it a little bit more difficult. And take a look. Watch what you see on the back end, how they play zone here. Free safety in the middle. The middle of the field is closed. Where do you go with the football? Nowhere.
Pearson to punt things away. Matthews back deep. Short kick. Cal will have it in SMU territory. Back to the studio again. Here's my man, Kevin Connors again. Start for Cal here, and that is blown up. Corey Dykes just got the catch, but man, Jonathan McGill was right there, took the legs out, and it looks like they lost about 5 yards.
Well, McGill is a guy who's played a lot of football in his career. Several years, 4 years at Stanford, recognized this and ran right past the lineman who was attempting to block him, Stoffel. He said, you know what, I'm quicker, I'm more athletic, I see what this play is. Because I've played a lot of football, and he is a really good safety.
This is out. Bounces it to the outside. And I think he may have lost yards thanks to Kobe Wilson.
Well, we talked about that defensive front. The other thing you see is the speed of this defense. Running wide on them is very difficult. You lose another 2 yards on that play. They are built the right way. They are built with speed. They're built with a lot of defensive linemen who can rush the passer. Assuming they win today, and assuming Miami wins, that's going to be a heck of a matchup in the ACC championship game.
3rd and 18. 1 for 6 on 3rd down is Cal. Rogers throwing, and that's complete over the middle. And I think that's right, maybe a yard shy of the line to gain to Tron Grizel. And the flag comes out. And I hope with the holiday weekend, Tim Hedgepeth's family is watching because he's getting a lot of television time.
He probably felt like he could use the work after Thanksgiving and everything. We all were trying to get a little exercise in. He's getting his tonight.
There are fouls by each team after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct, 61 offense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, 81 defense. The penalties cancel. The down counts. Third down.
Wouldn't it be fourth down?
If you count the down, shouldn't it be?
Okay.
Well, that was a tremendous throw by Rodgers, and it's the kind of thing, if you're a Cal fan, you go, well, that can get him going.
Yeah, did you hear Tim just correct himself?
Yep.
He just said, yeah, that down counts.
Yep.
It was fourth down.
Yep.
So it's 4th and 1.
You got to go for it.
Fourth
No
down.
question. No question for Cal here. Question is, how do you get it?
SMU's opponents have gone for it on 4th down in every game this season. First time for Cal. Rodgers rolling, throwing. It's complete to the tight end, Jack Indries. Indries gets the first down.
Some creativity, you know, 4th down play by the offensive coordinator, Mike Blesh. Under center. And the tight ends are always the hardest guys for the defense to track in those situations.
Tell me why.
Because they are inside, and you are trying to read run, pass, and who has a responsibility.
First down for Cal. They're driving 2 minutes until the half.
Trevor, I think it's a great comparison. I think they're similar when you see them play outside of the pocket, extending plays, their ability to be creative. I think where Cam Ward is ahead in the game is winning from the pocket because of his 45-plus games of experience over Jennings.
Jaden Ott got the carries. This is Ott trying to bounce it to the outside. Keep in mind also when we talk about not only is Fernando Mendoza out for Cal, their starting quarterback, their leading rusher, Javion Thomas, he's out as well. He's not playing.
Yeah. The last thing about the quarterback situation, Ward and also Jennings both have that thing you can't teach, that calmness, that confidence that people are drawn to, and they are leaders.
This is 3rd and 9. Rodgers, receiver screen to Brady, and nothing doing.
Tackling.
That SMU defense coming up big. Look, SMU trying for its second first-half shutout this season. They did it last week against Virginia, and, you know, before this season, SMU had not pitched a first-half shutout against a power conference opponent at any point in its previous 20 seasons.
Well, they are doing it right now, and as you noted, it is against a Cal offense that has really suffered some losses today. They're without, and think about the shock to the system. You come off a weekend that was glorious. You know, you got your equipment manager going viral. Your quarterback is the ACC quarterback of the week. You get to keep the axe. You know, you had all that stuff happening, and you're like, we're going to go get our 7th win. And 24 hours before the game, you lose your quarterback, 2 linemen, and a running back. A gut punch.
Here's 4th and 7. And let's see, the whistle blows. And I think SMU might have called a timeout. They wanted to see
Prior
what
to the snap, charge timeout.
Yep.
SMU, their second of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
We wanted to take a look at that lineup to see what Cal was going to do. Well, so far, Rashard Smith has delivered the goods. 9 yards receiving, or 47 yards receiving. He's also done it on the ground as well.
Well, and don't underestimate, you know, his impact. I mean, you see the speed he has. But when you take a wide receiver and make him a running back, and he can run out of the backfield, but he can also match up down the field against safeties and corners, you have an advantage, and he has shown you all that today. He is a unique weapon. I mean, every team would love to have a guy like him. He's explosive, can score from anywhere, just dynamic.
4th and 7 from the SMU 30. Rodgers under pressure, escapes, but but not the second man. It goes down. Jafari Harvey.
You gotta get the ball out. You want your pass protection, but you cannot hold the ball against this defense. You get one hitch and you gotta let it go. Step up, gotta let it go. Can't run away from this. This defensive front. Look at the push they get inside from Roberts. And then you got more Harvey coming from the edge.
He leads the team in tackles for loss and sacks. And you see why.
They keep their defensive line fresh. They play 9 guys. So in that fourth quarter, they still have a pass rush.
Such a gut punch for Cal, considering you want to put up points, especially when you know you're going to get the football to begin the second half.
Hey, 40 years they waited for the Pony Express to come back. It is back, and the way they have built this thing, I don't think they're going anywhere. This is not a one-hit wonder kind of team.
Won 11 games last season and on their way again to another 11 win or more. Here's Smith. Now they've got a kicker who can certainly boot it.
Yeah, he's good from 55 and in.
Jennings looking under pressure, and he goes down. He's sacked. And they'll call a timeout. It looks like SMU.
Is that Ryan McCullough, number 43, getting into the backfield? And if there's one weakness to Jennings' game, it is ball security. And Cal is aware of that. You see that one hand on the ball. You'd like your quarterback to protect that ball when he's in traffic. And that is the one hope for Cal, is to force Jennings to put the ball on the ground. I mean, that's got to be a discussion at halftime. How do you create the short field to help this offense? Because asking this offense to have multiple drives of 10+ plays, that's a tall order with a lot of backups in tonight.
Generally, SMU says we'd like to get it to the 35 of Cal.
I think if they get it to the 40, they'll have a shot.
You're looking at 2nd and 14 from their own 45.
Isaac Pearson is a unique punter for SMU, one of the guys from Australia. He has a big leg.
Jennings throwing high and incomplete. There you see the kicker, Colin Rogers. He's the junior out of Alabama. His career long is 55.
We saw him in warm-ups, and he was trying them from 58, 57 yards.
In fact, for him, he leads the nation in made field goals over 50 yards. He's got 7 of them.
7 kicks over 50 yards. Wow.
Jennings again throwing to the sideline, and that's Moochie Dixon, and they say it's a catch.
A back shoulder throw. Dixon was caught up in man coverage. He looked back. His quarterback saw him and gave him the back shoulder throw, and Dixon comes back to pick it up.
Here comes Rogers onto the field.
First down is under further review.
They'll take another look at it.
Does he survive the ground?
That ball hit the ground, it looked like, at the end.
Yeah, normally what you look for is whether the receiver's hands are underneath the ball. Yeah, and his hands are not underneath the ball. That is a sign that the ground gave him a lot of help. If your hands are underneath the ball, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt. Remember, you need indisputable video evidence?
I think it's in the evidence to show.
I think that's pretty clear. Yeah. Placement of the hands is really what matters, because you can catch the ball and have the ball touch the ground, but if your hands are on the top of that football on the side, that doesn't show control.
Again, the call is a completed pass.
If that goes Cal's way, that's the first break for Cal this game.
See the guys moving back, so.
After further review, the pass was incomplete. It was 4th down.
It's the right call.
So 4th and 14 now for SMU.
Cal is in a very, very deep prevent. 3 guys on the goal line.
Jennings rolls, throws it downfield and short and out of bounds, and that's the first half. Dominated by the Mustangs, 21-0 with the football. Noel Williams back deep. Colin Rogers will kick it off. We begin the second half. And Cal will begin from their own 25. You talked about Jennings and Smith.
Yeah, and Jennings put on a show. You want to see him make plays outside the pocket? Yep. Showed you some magic that way. He can make plays inside the pocket, finding his tight end Hibner. You know, and how about his guy Smith, the running back out of the backfield, catching the ball down the field, and then just outrunning the Cal defense, showing you his speed. A dynamic duo, and when they weren't on the field, that defensive line was bringing the heat, led by Elijah Roberts, number 5.
Chandler Rogers, the quarterback for Cal, went 6 of 12 for 60 yards in that first half, completed to 6 different receivers. There's a flag here, something we saw a very lot in that first half.
Trouble running the ball for Cal. The only issue for SMU has been penalties, but you see that they've gotten it all, really. 251 yards total on offense, and Cal is struggling to throw the ball. They have some good receivers, but Cal has not been able to have enough time to get their receivers involved in the game. You got to have a priority if you're Cal to get Mikey Matthews and Jonathan Brady involved. They need targets. They need to touch the football.
That penalty was offensive interference on the Cal offense. They had to push them back 10 yards. 3rd penalty on the day for the Bears. Here's Jaden Knott to the studio. Here's Kevin Connors. How about the orange? I'm telling you something. Syracuse, you get in that dome.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dangerous squad.
And McCord could play some quarterback too now.
Here you go again.
I know.
It's complete. It's complete. Isaiah Hunter.
Everything is an Ohio State thing for you.
Where was he? Could have used him today.
There's an interested fan base here in the Dallas area about that Syracuse-Miami game.
Yep. Those two could find themselves in the conference championship as their flags are waving high here, Gerald Ford Stadium. 3rd down, 3rd and 7. 1 for 8 on 3rd down is Cal. Rogers throwing to the outside, and that's incomplete. Here comes another flag. He was looking at Mikey Matthews.
Pass interference. Defense, number 23. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
That's Isaiah Wokobia.
Yeah, Wokobia is a safety, and you want to get your receivers on him. It's the, you know, I don't know about that. And that is usual. Look, one hand pushing off, one hand trying to grab. Normally, the rule is any mutual combat like that, you let it go unless there is a clear advantage established by one of the two.
Half of Cal's first downs in this game have come by penalty.
Yeah, I wouldn't have flagged that one.
Here's a slant and a little too high. Listen, this one's going back and forth to the studio. Kevin Connors. I love how you set that up then. Here's Rodgers. Fighting forward for something. Cameron Robertson is the guy who stopped it. And listen, you got to keep your eye on that because SMU will be playing in the conference championship game next week. And it's who are they going to play? Miami wins that game. That's who they're going to be playing.
Yep.
If Miami loses that game, all of a sudden Clemson slides in there.
And if SMU plays Miami, there are 9 Miami transfers on the SMU team who will face their old teammates in the championship game.
And false start here, Jaden Knott.
False start. Offense number 1. 5-yard penalty. It's still third down.
We were talking earlier today about that Miami team and the 9 transfers here. What if those 9 transfers had stayed in Miami? That's a one-loss team.
Wow. And
if they had these 9 guys, they'd have depth and they'd be unbeatable.
That's funny because one of those guys, how about Rashard Smith? Who was like the 4th, 5th receiver there.
Right.
I mean, that's something.
And now he's here at SMU starring as a running back.
Yeah. Third and 17.
Got to get it out.
It is complete at midfield to Isaiah Hunter.
That is a good job by Chandler Rogers hanging in there and then getting that ball out. And if you're Justin Wilcox, I don't think this is much of a decision on 4th down here.
Yeah.
You have to go.
Because you're looking at 4th and about, what, 1.5? They're in
last time
Mustang territory.
Last time they did this, they went under center. Play action, tight end in the flat.
1 for 2 on 4th down here today.
No tight end in the game this time.
Rodgers steps up in the pocket and brought down, sacked.
Was that a face mask?
Jared Harrison Hunt. Fourth SMU sack on the day.
Again, it's the pressure up front. You got to make sure you keep these guys up. But the bull rush on the edge by Jared Harrison Hunt, just driving his man back to the quarterback. Spectacular. Every time you think you've identified the tough guy to pass block, a different guy makes a play.
And another one of those transfers from Miami.
Yeah.
Here's SMU's best start. So they've got it 1st and 10 from the Cal 43. Jennings throwing incomplete in the direction of Jordan Hudson down to the field. Here's Lauren.
Yeah, guys, one of the biggest things Coach Wilcox said is we've got to move the ball offensively. We've got to move as a unit. That's been their biggest Achilles heel. They have not been able to get momentum, taking penalties, taking setbacks, and that's been hard for them. On defense, he said, as defenders, we've got to tackle better. A lot of unblocked defenders out there. They're tackling the wrong way and missed tackles. He said they've got to do better defensively there. SMU has a lot of speed on them.
So far, that defense has held Jennings to 4 straight incompletes. As he keeps it, tries to spin away. And now he'll run out of bounds, and he'll lose a few.
How much of Cal's performance today do you think is due to following up such a big emotional week?
I think that had something to do with it, and I think a lot of it, though, was just when you have your starting QB, leading rusher, guys on that offensive line.
Yeah, it really becomes a gut punch when, you know, you have that emotional week and you want to get into this game and you're missing so many key players.
Absolutely.
Cal needs a play.
Jennings to Hibner. And a late flag here.
Jennings in the pocket. Good eye work, finding his tight end, Hibner.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 53, 15-yard penalty. The down counts. It's 4th down. That is his first of the game.
Coach Lashley is going to have a lot to work with this week with these penalties.
Yeah. There's nothing like winning and having issues you can coach up the next week. You don't have to suffer the loss.
Watch how late this one comes here.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. You're like, why are you knocking over a guy? Play is over and you're right in front of an official.
10 penalties for SMU for 82 yards.
That won't work in the ACC championship game.
All right. Pearson will punt it away to Matthews. Rolls out of bounds. And we get more pushing and shoving. That one goes out of bounds at the 18. Cal with the football. We're in the 3rd quarter. SMU up 21. Championship being undisciplined.
Nope. Although SMU would say they won a game with 6 turnovers.
That's true. As we just saw there, that highlight. This was the penalty right before we went to break. Look at that.
You know, and that's almost back to back. I mean, that was an after the play shot by Hudson. He got flagged. And then Clark, the center, did the same thing, something similar, and he got flagged.
Getting 11 penalties, 97 yards for SMU. 2nd and 7 here for Cal from their own 35. Hot up the middle for a couple.
You can't move those big guys in the middle for SMU. You try running straight at them. Watch how they just build a wall inside. You can't run there. The only way to run against that line is to run the outside zone to the stretch play to move those big guys so that your linemen have a better angle to push and block them. You cannot stand in front of those big dudes and bench press them away. They're not moving.
Cal is 1 for 9 on 3rd down. They're looking at 3rd and 6 here. Rogers will take off. Big hit, loses the football.
Oh, he's hurt.
And they say SMU football, Jared Harrison Hunt recovered.
And Chandler Ross came up gimpy. Now, was he down when that ball came out?
That'll be the first turnover of the game.
I think he's down.
Yeah,
he's down.
Yeah, he's down.
He's all the way down. You know, they review every play, and then if they want further time to review, they buzz down.
Mod Moses is the one who made the
The
hit.
ruling on the field of a fumble recovered by the defense is under further review.
I think that one's pretty clear. You know, you need indisputable video evidence to change the call on the field, and that one was pretty clear that Rodgers was down.
He's back in there down, and then as soon as he hit the turf, ball comes out. But notice how Rodgers grabbed that left hamstring.
Yeah. Immediately.
And if Rodgers can't go, then C.J. Harris would be the quarterback for Cal.
Yeah, if you joined us late, star quarterback Fernando Mendoza did not start, came down with the flu yesterday, and did not even suit up for the game.
You saw Harris just grab his helmet.
After further review, the runner was down prior to the ball becoming loose. First down.
So here comes C.J. Harris. He's the senior transfer out of Ohio University.
He has played, but it's been a while since he was a starter. He was actually the MVP of the Arizona Bowl back in 2022.
First down for him. And they'll keep it on the ground with Ott. And he ran into a brick wall right at the line of scrimmage.
Harris is 6'4", 220. Has the ability to run a bit, but much more of a pocket guy.
Chandler Rodgers has gone into like the tent. He's grabbing his hamstring after taking that hit. So Cal down to the third string QB now. And Harris will keep it. About a yard shy of the lane that line the game.
Yeah, great blocking on the right side to allow the quarterback run game to go, because you're missing your starting quarterback. So less throwing for Cal today and more quarterback run game.
Here's Fernando Mendoza. Came up with flu-like symptoms. Two for 10 on third down. That should be enough.
Yeah, great double team inside by the center, Will McDonald and the guard, getting just enough push to pick up that first down.
And it looks like
that's Swine. Oh man, he was already playing for Vadikani, who was out. He's the backup. My goodness.
We'll check on him and take a break when we get back. And we've got ourselves another penalty.
Delay a game. Defense. 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
Let's find out some of these injuries. Let's go down the field. Lauren?
Yeah, guys, of course, we saw that, sorry about that. We saw that C.J. Harris obviously out on the field right now. Rodgers coming out of the tent, dealing with the hamstring injury. He was kind of limping on that. He's been grabbing that left hamstring, walked out. He does not have his helmet. It looks like he'll be out of the game, at least for the foreseeable future. Of course, C.J. Harris in there, and a number 76 Sweeney currently in the tent right now getting his right leg worked on.
Harris is enough for a first down. That's a 7-yard pickup.
So Cal is using its third right guard for this ball game.
Third quarterback.
Third quarterback. Third running back, because Javian Thomas has not played tonight.
Harris's throw to the outside is caught. That's Mikey Matthews with the catch.
Well, we've been waiting for Matthews to get a target and be involved in this ball game. That is his first target, second target of the night, first catch.
That one batted away, could have been picked. I mean, that had pick 6 written all on it if Jafari Harvey would have took it to the house.
We talked about Chandler Rogers, the quarterback, not getting many reps or practice. Well, C.J. Harris got even less. And he didn't get many reps at all. He didn't get any reps with the first team, and precious few with the second team this week.
Tenth play of this drive coming. Empty set for Harris. He'll throw, and his receiver hadn't even turned yet.
Oh, you can see the lack of timing. I mean, when you aren't working with these units in practice and that play is called, just the rhythm and timing is going to be a little bit off. I'm throwing it now. I'm not going to look until later. Just timing.
Third and 10. 3 of 11 on third down is Cal. From the SMU 20. High, caught, dropped. Moses, who's been everywhere today.
This is a really smart defense. The defensive backs know that they're bringing pressure up front. So they aren't flying out of there. They are attacking the receivers because they know the ball is coming out fast. That is a well-coordinated, really smart defense.
SMU, 12 tackles for loss here.
Wow.
This will be from 40 yards for Ryan Coe. His career long is 54. And he knocks that one through. So the Bears finally on the board. 21-3 our score here in the third. Smith standing back at his own goal line. Roderick Daniels right with him. Well, Tuesday, don't forget the exclusive reveal of the next college football. Do you know for SMU, they had 202 total yards of offense after the first quarter? Since then, 51.
Ouch. That'll get the coaching staff's attention.
And a whole lot more penalties. Smith bounces off a couple of Cal Bears and then driven backwards. He loses a couple of miles. Williams was the first guy to meet him.
You know, we talked about Kevin Jennings being the star quarterback and taking over for Preston Stone. It's not been an easy journey for Stone, who was a local hero here, hailed as a big recruit to come to SMU, a captain of this team, was expected to be the quarterback this season. Broke his leg at the end of last season, and I don't think he ever really recovered to be right, and he struggled the first couple games of the season.
Still voted as the team captain. And Smith bangs his way forward. Stone won about, what, 11 games for SMU here.
Yeah, and then as the quarterback this season, with recovering from that broken leg, he was not a run threat. And defenses teed off on him in the pocket, and the offense really sputtered. And after the BYU game, well, in the BYU game, after the third series, they made the switch. And he's had to be the backup quarterback, supportive, good friends with Jennings. But I don't think he's played his last game of football. I think there's more football for him probably elsewhere.
Looks like SMU's going to call a timeout.
SMU.
I think for Stone is he still has another year of eligibility, but did did get his graduation, his degree. He
Yes.
was honored before the game. It's down to the field. Here's Lauren.
Yeah, talking to Kevin Jennings this week, he said, look, he got the opportunity to sit behind two great guys. Tanner Mordecai was the leadership guy and Preston Stone, the energy guy. And I'll tell you what, watching Preston Stone out here in warm-ups, he was all energy, having fun. It's almost like maybe a little bit of weight has been lifted off his shoulders. And throughout this entire football game, he's been over there with Jennings, just cutting up with him, high-fiving him, doing their little special handshake throughout the entire football game. And so it's been just interesting seeing their relationship. And Rod, as you said, tough position to be in for Preston Stone, the hometown kid, the guy that was supposed to come in here and, you know, turn things around, change things up. And he's certainly, you know, handling the position in his new role with great pride and honor.
Third down. That's over the middle. Daniels takes a big hit. Here's a flag, and he's still running.
Jennings pass complete to number 13.
That flag is in the area of targeting.
Be a 32-yard pickup as they discuss it.
It was thrown right at the hit.
Personal foul, targeting, defense. The penalty is added to the end of the play. The play is under further review.
Now remember, there are two targeting rules. One is for a defenseless player, and the other is with the crown of the helmet. Now, when you are a runner, you're not a defenseless player, so I assume they must be looking at crown of the helmet. Did you lead with the helmet? Did you have forcible contact to the head and neck area?
Tell you what, he's definitely down right there, though. I know he kept running, but
yeah, he's down. That is Matthew
Littlejohn, who delivered the hit.
So that's what they're looking at. You're looking for forcible contact to the head and neck area. You're looking for an indicator. Like, did you launch? Did you lower your head? And remember, for targeting with the crown, it has to be something more than making a normal tackle. Anytime you lower your head, you are risking injury to yourself as the tackler. That's the primary policy behind the rule, is to protect the tackler, to teach players not to lower their head. See what you're hitting, eyes up.
It is confirmed Littlejohn would be disqualified and would miss the rest of this game.
Well, the thing is, he's already down low. The problem is he's leading with that helmet. And even at this point, you have to try and see what you're hitting. You just can't fly around spearing with your head. I think that's leading with the crown, and I think that's certainly forcible contact. And if you're looking for an indicator, you can have an indicator by simply lowering your head. And the other perspective would be to say, hey, didn't the receiver lower himself to get there? Well, that may be, but the way the rule and policy is, it's not on the runner, it's on the defender to prevent that thing from happening. And that one right there, that would be a tough targeting one, penalty to take, but it's possible.
After further review, there is no foul for targeting. However, the runner was down at the 36-yard line. It'll be first down for SMU.
I like that call. They decided that there was not an indicator. You know, that his head was already lowered. It's not like he lowered to make the hit, even though there was forcible contact with the crown. Yeah, I think that's a fair result on that call.
So first down. Smith for a couple over that right side. Hey, let's get an update here on what's going on with Syracuse and Miami. Here's Kevin Connors.
Wow.
How about that? How about that? I tell you, you go into that house there in the Dome, man, and Syracuse is a different team at home.
That is a challenge. Miami has had a number of games like that this season.
Lived on the edge a lot.
Cal had them down, what, 28-0 or 35-7 at one point?
This is 3rd and 6 coming here for the Ponies from their own 40. That's broken up. Lou Hearns.
This is one of the things about Jennings. He's so athletic and so confident that he doesn't necessarily need or care about having perfect form. He's got an arm like a whip. He gets a lot on it. Has tremendous accuracy, but not enough on that ball as Hearns, the third, makes a nice play.
Pearson in to punt things away. Standing at his own 25. Matthews standing at his own 22. Ooh. And he just got ran into and the flag comes in. It was 4th and 6. It looks like that was Day-Day.
He ran into Peterson?
Yes, it ran into Peterson.
Running into the kicker, defense, 5-yard penalty, repeat 4th down.
Peterson's an interesting story as a kicker from Australia. He's clearly run into him. He was at Texas for a bit, and you know, he actually spent time working in the coal mines in Australia and decided, yeah, this is for the birds. I hear you can kick your way off the island here. He went to the pro kick school, learned to kick, and said, no more coal mines for me.
I love it. So 4th and 1. And we'll do it over again. This one a lot better. Fair caught at the 10. You know, this season, All-State will celebrate every field goal and every point made by a participating university by making a donation to the university's General Scholarship Fund. We want to thank All-State for the generosity.
Well, let's see if the Cal offense can get something rolling after that field goal. The only 3 points they have. The defense has, you know, by and large, stepped up pretty well since the middle of the 2nd quarter.
Worst field position for either team. Backed up at their own 10. C.J. Harris. He's throwing to the outside. He's got a man. It's complete. That's Isaiah Hunter. And Hunter with the first explosive play of the night for the Cal Bears.
Well, he did a double move. He had the Cal secondary thinking just a quick out. He runs a double move, fake it, I'm gone, I'm by you. He gets by Crossley, and a perfectly thrown ball. Give your receiver a chance. Let him run under it. Don't overthrow it. And Harris was right on the money.
60-yard play. Here's Ott bouncing it to the outside. Down the sideline, Jaden Ott, and finally forced out of bounds and a flag.
I think Harvey was being held over there, the defensive end.
Holding. Offense number 77, 10-yard penalty, repeat 1st down.
Yeah, that was Harvey, number 6, the defensive end. He's talking to Session about it now. Watch on the right side. Edge is contained. Now when Ott goes outside, you see
there's a tackle.
You see the Session 72 grabbing onto Harvey, not letting him get out to contain. Easy call.
Push Cal back to the 40 of SMU. Harris dumps it all, screen, blown up. Cale Sanders.
Again, this secondary is really smart. They know when they're bringing the pressure, and they sit tight. They do not fly out. They go after the receivers. Pressure inside, Roberts and company. And you see Sanders reading it well, not backing up a bit, goes right after the receiver.
Harris. On the sideline, he was looking at Jordan King.
Now you see, there should be a flag on that against the offense. I mean, look at the great position that Harmon has. He's in great position. He's being grabbed and pushed a little bit. He's right to call for pass interference.
Third and 21 coming from Cal.
I thought surely you're going to hit me with the DB bias.
No,
there.
no.
You agree with? Okay, cool.
No, I agree with you.
That's a win. I'll take that.
They grabbed him. From the SMU 41, the screen. Brady to the 35.
That's a really good play call. And that gives you a better shot on
field goal.
Yeah, it gives you a better shot at field goal. It also gives you reason to pause and say, do we have a 4th and 15 play? Nah. But you might as well talk about that, right?
Yeah.
At least take it to the quarter. Get your coordinator and say, is there one play we got you know will work?
This is from 53 yards out for Ryan Coe.
Why kick this now?
Yeah, really.
Wait.
There you go. Well, we played 3 here in Dallas. It's 21-3. Snap's good, hold as well. And the kick is good. (21-6). Take a look at what the Mustangs have done offensively first half compared to here in the second half. Really, after the first quarter, to be honest with you, they had 202 yards after the first quarter of total offense, 251 at the half. The second half here so far, 17.
Yeah, and part of that is the Cal defense. I mean, they did a better job of tackling in space. Part of it is they've kept Jennings in the pocket, so he's not been a factor in the rushing game, and he's not been a factor as much in the passing game because in the first quarter he hurt them outside the pocket throwing the ball. So give Cal credit for making that adjustment.
Coe will kick things away. Rashard Smith, Roderick Daniels Jr. back deep. Told you it was senior night here. 30 of them on the Mustangs, and there's some fans here saying thank you, seniors.
Yeah, the senior day can be emotional for players and coaches, and it can often take you a minute, a series or two, to get back in the game after being on the field with mom and dad and the family and the flowers and hugging the coach and everything. That's not really the pep talk you want to go out to play football, right?
And that was Roderick Daniels Jr. He's from Duncanville, a local kid here on senior day. Jennings. He was looking at Daniels. Flags come flying in. What else?
Pass interference. Defense, number 8. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
It has been a night filled with flags, and this is right from the start. Wagner was behind, trailing and pushing, and it's another easy call.
L.J. Johnson Jr. has come into the backfield from SMU. Jennings pump fakes, throws, and that's complete to Hudson.
Wow. You notice the difference from him when he's in the pocket and outside the pocket? His accuracy outside the pocket is phenomenal. That's a great throw. His misses primarily have come when he's in the pocket.
On the ground to Johnson.
And he is on the move. That arm is like a whip. Just snaps it. He has the ability to throw over the top, sidearm. He's got a lot of different angles. And he can still get a lot on the football. Nick Saban, the great, called Jennings the most underrated player in the country.
This is Daniels. He went down. Double one goes down.
And you know, you got to get pretty good for Nick Saban to go to the blackboard and diagram up what you do well, and that you need more attention. And so clearly Nick Saban is a fan of what Jennings brings to the table.
That one's incomplete as well. Is that a catch?
That is a catch.
Oh, okay. Jordan Hudson making that catch.
Yeah. I mean, the accuracy on the move is extraordinary.
So 3rd and 11 coming for SMU. 2 of 8 on 3rd down. They'll go empty set here. Over the middle and complete to Roderick Daniels.
Oh, man, and Wagner had a shot at it.
He thought he had it. He thought he had an interception.
Yep, he had a shot at it. He just misses it. That window was closing.
And we got a false start.
They are trying your patience. I mean, we haven't had a game all season with this many flags.
False start. Offense. Everybody but the snapper. 5-yard penalty.
Everybody but the snapper.
First down.
SMU with a season-high 13 penalties.
Yeah. You see that window that's open, and you see how that window is closing. Daniels, great concentration, not distracted by the defenders.
107 yards of penalties for SMU.
Well, Brett Lashley knows that's not going to work against whoever they face in the ACC championship game.
16 is the most by an ACC team this season, and that was North Carolina when they played North Carolina Central.
Let's not make that a goal for the game. It feels like SMU is just hanging on.
Just coasting?
Just coasting, trying to ride this out, get the clock to move.
Yep.
It doesn't feel like, you know, what we heard him say, hey, let's go get a score.
Right, let's
go
close
put
this
them
out.
away.
Yeah, let's close
it
this
doesn't
out.
feel like that, and the movement isn't like that.
Jennings has got a guy. It's Hudson, and it's incomplete. They can't connect.
Well, Hudson was doing the scramble drill for his quarterback. He saw Jennings.
10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
14.
Yeah.
Getting closer.
Getting closer.
You see Hudson takes off deep after Jennings tells him to get going. And that ball's on the money. That's a tough over-the-head catch, but Hudson knows he's got to make that.
Back at their own 45 now. Jennings will keep it. And scamper out of bounds.
That over-the-head catch can be difficult because you don't see it as long. You get just a little view at the last second. And if you're not ready and expecting it, you miss it. I think it would help SMU if they went back to some tempo, just to have a little spark. I think the huddle and the pace, everything is leading them to this coasting kind of a feeling to this game right now.
See, on this season, they convert nearly 50% of their third downs. Not so much today. That one is complete to Keyshawn Smith. He's going to be about, what, 5 yards shy? We see another flag.
An eligible receiver downfield. Offense number 51. 5-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
Yeah, I'm with you, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, the moment that we put the highest out there, 16, it became a target. Became a goal.
Yeah, those guys got downfield.
Yeah, easy. You can't go more than 3 yards. And on that run pass option, those linemen are just blocking it like it's a run play.
SMU now 1 penalty away from tying the season high here in the SEC.
Would you?
ACC, I should say.
Would you stop encouraging them?
Man. I tell you, Coach is going to have a lot to talk about. Here's Jennings. Will take off. Makes a man miss. Makes another guy miss and dives for the 30.
And everybody on the SMU sideline was yelling, get down, slide, get down. We have an ACC championship game next week. We don't need the extra yards here.
4th down coming. Colin Rogers coming on the field as well.
You know how coaches say, you can't win committing turnovers, can't win committing penalties. Well, SMU says, we won a game with 6 turnovers. We can win a game with 15 penalties.
This is from 48. It's money. Ponies add 3. 24-6 our score. Next Saturday, the ACC championship game.
And remember the importance of this game for SMU. A win tonight probably assures SMU of being in the college football playoff, at the very least as an at-large team.
9:25 left in this football game. SMU up a couple scores. From their own 25 is where Cal will take over. Harris over the middle, intercepted. Threw it right to Jonathan McGill. First turnover.
He misread it. Zone coverage, a lot of blue jerseys in the middle of the field.
3rd pick of the season for McGill. You give it to your Poppy.
There's McGill, top right of the screen. Right there. He is just coasting in the middle, playing that robber position, eyes on the quarterback. Just mirroring the quarterback. That is a smart football player, guy who's played a lot of football. 4 years at Stanford, 2 years here. Right place, right time.
Mustangs have now forced 21 turnovers this season, 14th in the nation. In fact, they've forced a turnover now in 9 of their last 11 games here. That's a 3-yard loss.
Did it.
For more on Jonathan McGill, the quarterback of that secondary. Here's Lauren.
Yeah, I've loved watching him down here. As Rod said, he got his degree from Stanford, but then he said he's got ties to SMU. He had a relationship with Preston Stowe, decided to enter the portal, and he says, look, I don't fit the eyeball test, but that's who I am. I had the underdog mentality, never bigger, faster, or stronger, but always have found a way to produce.
Well, you know, when he went to Stanford, as there's a strike and a touchdown to Brashard Smith, his second of the night, 23 yards out.
We talked about Smith being an incredible weapon because he is a receiver turned running back, but he has not forgotten his receiver skills. When you bring him out of the backfield, you have a mismatch. And it's a mismatch against the linebacker, it's a mismatch against the safety, and it's a mismatch against most corners.
Rodgers for the extra point. And SMU continues to roll.
Out of the backfield, who's got me? Who wants me? Linebacker doesn't want me? Safety doesn't want me? Fine, I'll take this 6 points.
The other night with an interception and a couple of touchdowns.
Embarrassing. Travis Hunter is the best defensive back in the country, period. Full stop. Should be on that list.
Let's get a studio update. Here's Kevin Connors. I love it. Let's see if someone gets knocked out like in that fight. Every minute of that one was exciting. To the outside. That's Hunter. He even lost, I think, a couple of yards.
Now, this defense plays with an attitude. It's got a great defensive line, great speed. You see them flying to the ball, gang tackling. This is what championship defense looks like.
Stepping up and sacked.
They brought 6.
Wilson.
They brought 6.
5th of the night for SMU.
They bring so many guys up front. They create one-on-one blocking. And they are so good at pass rushing, it's hard to win all those one-on-one battles and keep your quarterback upright. 5 sacks today. Cal's offense gave up 6 last week to Stanford.
Of course, they had 9 last week against Virginia. Harris just trying to get rid of it.
This is an offensive line that has been hampered by 3 starters, 2 starters and 1 backup out of the game. And obviously missing Fernando Mendoza, quarterback who's had a tremendous season. Had a great game last week. A 98-yard drive that won the big game.
Daniels caught and dropped at his own 35.
Well, if you want to win a championship, you need a defense that can play at a championship level, make big plays. It starts up front with this team, and they have the speed and the ability to chase things down in the backfield, and the quickness and speed all over the field. It is something, whether you're talking about their secondary led by McGill or the guys up front led by Roberts and Harvey. And 1 more sack when they bring the blitz and they let Kobe Wilson get home.
Well, it is senior night, and here comes the senior Preston Stone. Hands it off to Moochie Dixon. And Mucci forced out of bounds in Cal territory. 23-yard pickup for the Ponies.
Mucci Dixon is one of those transfers from Texas. You see Stone and his numbers.
Dallas kid from Highland Park. Still team captain, voted team captain. He's won 11 games as a starter.
He was the third team All ACC, All AAC quarterback last season.
Hands this one off to L.J. Johnson Jr. Started the first 3 games of the season for SMU before Kevin Jennings took over.
He had an incredible high school career here in Texas. And listen, and when you have a great high school football career in Texas, I mean, Friday Night Lights,
yeah.
QB1, you're the man.
This state eats, sleep, and breathes football.
I mean,
high school, the college,
yeah,
to the professional.
I think the high school playoffs are longer than the NFL season. they go, 6-7 weeks.
Here's the pressure, and he swings it out to Derek McFall. And the freshman got enough for a first down. Looks like we got a guy hurt on the sideline, one of the linemen.
Yeah, I think that was one of the linemen hustling out there to try to get a block downfield.
There's the good news, he's up.
That is P.J. Williams, the right tackle.
Transfer out of A&M.
And he was showing you tremendous hustle and speed, trying to get out to get one more block for the freshman McFall. And he just gets...
He has a friendly fire.
Yeah, he gets caught up in it. Yeah.
Good to see a little smile on his face, too.
And that offensive line, we talked about the transfers and how Ashley went out and built this team. He went out seeking offensive linemen and defensive linemen to build from the inside out, and he did it. Did a good job with it.
This is from the Cal 25. Stone tried to get to the edge. He's dropped, 2-yard loss by Hunter Babb.
I know this can't be easy for Preston Stone, but you have to admire the way he's handled it. And I think if he puts his name in the portal, as I expect him to do, he's going to be highly sought after. He's a quarterback who's played a lot of football. Smart guy. He can move well enough. He can win from the pocket. He's going to have a lot of interest.
Stone is swinging out to McFall. McFall down the sideline, and flag comes out.
Holding. Offense number 84. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
16th penalty of the night for SMU. Ties the conference high, season high.
I was going to say, it sounds like it's close to tying a record. You see that, just the reach and grab,
well,
completely in the open there.
The school record for SMU is 17. And they did that back in 2003 when they took on Tulsa.
Well, they still have a shot at it.
Stop. Some of us have a flight to catch. Just saying.
Oh, baby.
Just saying. And another one. I mean, this is
Ball start. Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty. It's still second down.
yes, I'm with you, Coach. That's number 17.
Well, and the concern, if you're Red Ashley, is like, it's one thing to get effort penalties,
Yeah.
but all these false starts and things like that, and the undisciplined plays with the unsportsmanlike after the whistle, those are things that you can control, and they haven't controlled them. You know, this is kind of a sloppy win in that sense, and I would not be thrilled to have the CFP committee look at this game and go, this is representative of what SMU is.
Stone throwing for the end zone. And caught! What a catch by Keyshawn Smith. Oh, yeah, you got to cheer yourself after that one. 40-yard bomb, and Keyshawn Smith comes away with it.
How in the world? I mean, give Preston Stone credit for putting this ball up to give Smith a shot at it. And then for Smith to come through, showing you his ball skills. I mean, wow. But that throw was on the money.
Another senior making a play.
Good for Preston Stone.
Gabriel Lozano. Talking about those seniors coming in for the extra point. Knocks it through.
You know, when the ball is in the air, that is the essence of the game. Everything else you do to get in position is for that moment. As a receiver, as a defensive back, it is what do you do when the ball is in the air.
Preston Stone comes in, goes 4 for 4, 75 yards, and a touchdown. This one to Keyshawn Smith.
Ball is in the air, and Smith finds it. 3 other guys, ball in the air, they don't see it, they can't find it. But that's the essence of playmaking. What do you do when the ball is in the air? And Smith is focused on the ball, and nobody else is. Wow. Tremendous. 2 things you always keep in mind about football. One is the object is to move a man from point A to point B against his will. And the second thing is find the ball and make plays when the ball's in the air. I did like that celebration. Pom-poms.
How about Preston Stone? Yeah.
Good for him. Got his degree. Having some fun.
Harris, he's going to keep it. Should be enough for a first down.
What's next for Cal? They obviously
they got a bowl game.
They got a bowl game. Lots of speculation. There was talk, reports about Cal likely going to the LA Bowl, perhaps facing a Mountain West team like UNLV, but none of that is definitive yet.
Good thing for this program is they're bowl eligible for the 2nd straight season. First time that they've gone back-to-back.
Yeah,
in a bowl game since the 2018-2019 season.
Well, Cal, like a lot of other programs, they have to decide and figure out how they are going to compete in this new era. I mean, you look across the way at SMU, and SMU decided right off the bat when they got into the ACC, we are all in. They raised $100 million within the first week of being accepted. They went deep into the transfer portal. They fully funded name, image, and likeness. So that raises the question, if SMU is the model for getting into a new conference and competing at the highest level by doing all those things, how will others follow? Will they follow it or not? And Cal, like a lot of schools trying to figure that out, have to answer that.
We've hit the 2-minute timeout. And Keyshawn is like, yeah, it's senior night and I've scored. I'm cheering myself. Ponies up big over Cal. Wow. Byron Cardwell over that left side here for Cal. And for SMU coming into this game, ranked 9. Highest ranking for them since '85. It's only going to go up after this victory.
The Pony Express back. They should move up. We're looking at certainly Ohio State dropping in the rankings. You know, how the committee views this game, hard to tell. But this will be an 11-1 team playing in the ACC championship game.
And another sack, 6th of the night, Cameron Robertson.
And again, I have to believe, given that Ward Manuel, the chair of the College Football Playoff Committee, has stated that they view playing in a conference championship game as a reward, something that is respected. I can't imagine a scenario in which SMU could lose that game and not get in. I think they are either going to be in as the ACC champ by winning next week, or as an at-large team if they lose next week.
Teams better look out when SMU comes to town, because this team is for real. Well, SMU has now won 11 games for the 2nd straight season. Cal drops to 6-6. 38-6 is our final. Jennings throws for 225, 2 touchdowns. Rashard Smith, touchdown.